All right, so we are in summer, and even though it feels like a bazillion, degrees outside, people are still spending some time trying to beat the heat, right? Going to the pool. On this Wellness Wednesday, we want to talk about sun protection, because if you are going to be out there, you got to protect yourself, keeping the kids busy, but there's a risk.
So we've got Dr. Tiffany Pankow from Honor Health talking to us about sunscreen and the best sunscreens, the way to do it properly, because I was just telling you, my kids, I chase them with the spray sunscreen because I thought it was easier, but this might not be the best option, right?
Yeah, so the sprays are helpful at times, but really before they go out, you want to really lube them up with a lot of sunscreen and cover it, get it really rubbed in so it's good. The sprays can help a little bit, but it's easy to miss as you spray. You don't really see where it's going. So I think that the lotions are the best, especially for kids. Although we do have to be careful for our youngest kiddos, the infants under 6 months of age. We want to avoid sunscreen in infants under 6 months, and really just keeping them out of the sun is the safest thing for that group.
Yeah, and well, let's be honest. I mean, they have the cutest little hats and things to just keep the sun away from them, and that's just the best thing. So preventing sunburns, that's number one, but if you have one, how do you treat one that's really bad?
Yeah, they can be really painful, especially for kiddos, and it happens a lot faster than you think. It doesn't take much time, especially if you're up north in the altitude.
Like how long would you say?
Even 15-20 minutes of sun exposure can, depending on your skin, can really cause a sunburn. So the most important things to treat it is to treat a little bit of the pain, discomfort. So ibuprofen, Motrin, anti-inflammatories are going to be really good for that.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, Tylenol can help.
I've always just heard aloe, but no.
Aloe is great too, but those other pain relievers can also help, especially if you take them early. And then you're absolutely right. Aloe, plain aloe is excellent. You can even put it in the fridge and make it a little bit cooler. And that's really soothing for the skin.
Okay, let's talk about applying and then reapplying. What's the time frame that I need? How early before they jump in the pool do I need to get that sunscreen on? When do I need to put it back on?
Yeah, so ideally you can put it on, 15-20 minutes before they're in the pool, so it really has a chance to absorb. I know that's tough with kids or with ourselves, but if you can get it on ahead, that's really helpful. Then every 2 hours while you're out in the sun, you want to reapply. And then if you've been in the pool or out in the water, you want to reapply once you get out of the water, because you do lose some of that protection in the water.
Okay, so I want to ask too, as we get more and more exposure to the sun, sometimes you get little spots that you're like, oh, wait, I didn't have that before, or this, or the sunburns are really super bad. When is it time to go to a doctor? When is it, that next level? What am I looking out for?
Yeah, so there's a couple things. One, if you have a sunburn that's really bad, you have concerns about it, you might want to have a doctor take a look at that. If you have any purulent drainage, so anything that's really painful, really red. But then those other sunspots that you can get just from chronic sun exposure, it's good to have them checked out. If you see that they're changing, if they're new, if you haven't seen them before, that's a good time to get that checked. But that sun damage, especially when you're younger, impacts your risk for skin cancer.
Yes, and that I think is the vital thing here. The big takeaway is that we do this and we think, oh, come on, it's not that big of a deal. But it is a big deal to really do sunscreen and start it early. Why is that?
Yeah, so a lot of our sun exposure, especially when we're kids, those sunburns are the ones that put us at risk for cancer as we get older.
Can you believe that?
Wow,
you just don't even think of it.
Yeah, so it's really important to protect the kids, but also as adults, we still get that skin exposure, and for other things, skin damage, skin wrinkles that can impact our face, especially as ladies, we think about that, right? But you're right.
You look right at me.
Also those sunspots. No, definitely not. But those sunspots that you have, you can get those, for sure. But it's always good to get those things checked out. I think here in Arizona, seeing a dermatologist regularly is really helpful, just to make sure you're doing the best to protect your skin and identify any challenges early.
Yeah, I mean, we're at such an increased risk just from where we live, right? And we love Arizona because it is sunny and because it can get warm. But these are just ways that we still have to protect ourselves, even in a place that we love to live.
Yeah, Dr. Pankow, thank you so much for your time. Vital things that we can take away. Jen, I know I'm going to be doing things differently today.